Hey y'all, welcome back to Simple Gracefield Home. My name is Angie. Thank you for joining me today. We are actually going on a milk run. We pick up raw organic milk from local dairy. It's about 25-ish minutes, so we really only go every other week. Sometimes we stretch it to 3 weeks. This has been 3 weeks for us. We don't go through a ton of milk, so we don't have to get too much. Today we're picking up 4 gallons. 1 gallon is for a friend of ours, but Tulip and I roughly go through 1 gallon a week. We're getting 3 gallons. We're going to make a little bit of butter just to have it. And then my husband does drink skim milk, and typically, or 1% milk. Typically, I pick up milk for him at the store, but I figured this time I'll just go ahead and just I'll use the butter, and then he'll like the milk that's left. So he doesn't like the full fat milk, which I think is weird. But anyhow, we're getting all Mr. London all bundled up. Miss Tulip is already in the car. She's nice and toasty. She's got her big heavy coat on. She's got her snow suit on, or her pull-ups, whatever, pullovers, whatever things are called, but overalls. But now we're gonna take you along, let you see the dairy. It's called, man, let me see how it is. I forget the name of the dairy. Oh, it's called Clover Hill Dairy. I trust them because I don't trust all dairies, to be clear. But they actually sell their milk to Organic Valley. I imagine most of you who buy organic dairy products know who Organic Valley is. So essentially what happens is we get the milk before the milk truck comes. So we're getting the same milk Organic Valley is selling in the store, except we are not having it processed. So we get it there every time I go, almost every time we go, they're actually milking cows at the moment, and we're getting our milk. So the only difference is, again, that it's not processed. It hasn't been boiled, and so it's raw. So we're getting raw organic milk. Okay, coming along with us. So you can see behind me, we have lots of snow. So this is why it's been 3 weeks since we've gotten milk, because it's just snow everywhere, right? But the roads are clear. And as I actually expressed in a previous video, we live really close to the road. It's right there. Like, here's our house. Here's our car. There's the road. It's very close. So close to the road. But the roads here are clear. I even messaged my husband earlier just to double check, since he drives a lot farther away than I do. I actually haven't driven anywhere for a time, but he drives farther away. So making sure. Glimpse. Just snow. Tons of snow. Lots of dog tracks. And an update on the dogs. They are doing awesome. Pigs doing well. Kittens are all fine. Everybody's fine. Even though I think maybe the lowest I saw, at least in Springfield, was negative 23. So pretty cold, right? I'm sure many of you have experienced the same thing in recent days. See Miss Tulip. Miss Tulip, you ready to go get some milk?
No.
Milk?
No.
Milk? You took your hat off. Here, put your hat back on. Yeah, put it. Will you put your hat back on? No?
No.
Yeah, it was down there and I picked it up. You want your dinosaur?
No.
Tulip loves dinosaurs here.
No.
Dinosaur. What's the dinosaur say?
Okay.
Rawr.
No.
Yes. Okay, we're getting out. We're getting in the car. Since I'm driving, I thought I'd take a minute to give you some thoughts I've been having, especially while my 2 little ones are sleeping. Tulip's knocked out, Lena's knocked out, so it's nice and quiet in the car ride. I haven't been very diligent about posting videos, and I think that's a lot to do with, well, I can always have an excuse, right? I am serious about this, so I need to do like I do with anything else, and really implement a plan. So I've decided to start a schedule. I typically sleep, I go to bed after everybody else, right? As a lot of moms do, probably majority moms. I make sure everything's cleaned up, my husband's lunch is made, Dishes are done. Tulip's in bed sleeping. London's nursed. All those things, right? Well, I have to learn to do that earlier. So I want to have all those things done by the time 9 o'clock rolls around. Tulip's in bed already. My husband's getting in bed because he gets up early. And I want to be getting up the same time he does. He gets up at 5 in the morning. So I want to get up at 5 in the morning. And I don't expect I'm going to be asleep by 9 because I've always been a night owl. I've worked many night jobs and a couple morning jobs, but most of my jobs have been nighttime. Bars and clubs and stuff like that. Banquets. That's all hours of the day and night. Anyhow, I'm very accustomed to being up late, and I need to become accustomed again to getting up early instead. So I'm gonna be aiming to get up at 5 in the morning with my husband, and it's still having all those things done, but just getting them done sooner. So I really want to be able to get up in the morning, have my time in the Word, have coffee, take care of the animals, all before Tulip wakes up. And if I could squeeze in an hour to work on my blog and videoing, that would be amazing. And then, so when Tulip gets up, we have breakfast, and then I can have my time with her, because it's really important for me to have individual time with Tulip, just working on crafts, or she really likes to read, all those types of things that we should be doing so she can learn. Plus, it's sweet. I want to make sure she knows I want to spend time with her, and she doesn't ever feel neglected because there's a new baby in the house. So, and then lunchtime, and then when lunch comes around, I have time, somewhere in between there, I'll have time to work on the house, right, to do whatever needs to take care of. And then if I can do any more blogging stuff that I need to during their lunchtime, nap time after lunch, well, Tulip usually sleeps for quite a while. She usually sleeps roughly, I say on average she sleeps 2 hours, which is a good chunk of time. So if I could use my time wisely in that area, because when she wakes up, then I have to be cleaning whatever else up I need to clean up, and then starting dinner, because I have to start dinner no matter what, by 4 roughly. 4 to 4:30. My husband gets home at 5, and my goal is usually to have dinner ready roughly by the time he gets home, so that we can have dinner and then have our Bible study, our family worship time, I should say, and then just spend time together as a family. Because between 5 and, I don't know, it depends. Sometimes he goes to bed. He goes anywhere to bed anywhere between 8 and 9. So we only get so much time to spend together through the week when he's working. So I try to use that to spend with him. And then if I could just focus a little bit of that after time to get chores done before I go to bed, that would be awesome. Point is, I need to be more wise with my time. I'm not very good with it right now. Right now I'm just sleeping in till whatever. Almost most days I'm just sleeping until Tulip wakes up. And Tulip wakes up at various times. She wakes up anywhere between roughly 7 and 8. But recently she's been sleeping even later than that. The other day she didn't wake up until like almost 9, which was a little unusual. So I don't want to be living off Tulip's schedule. I need to have my own schedule, so I can be more diligent and use my time more wisely, and then actually have time set aside to focus on blogging and videoing, because I just don't, and I really need to. I think that's probably going to be key for me, because without that I neglect it. And I keep thinking, okay, I'll do this tomorrow, or I'll do this, later, and then I don't do it. So I'm sure some of you can understand what I'm saying, because I'm not very good about it. So I'm hoping to do that. And with the weather, it's obviously not very encouraging to do anything, because I just want to cuddle up and be on the couch and drink warm beverages and just snuggle with my kids and my husband and just enjoy the atmosphere. We've played a lot of Uno recently, let me tell you, and my husband has been kicking my butt big time. So anyways, I enjoy that. But while that's super important, I really want to be good about doing this. I want to be diligent about it and focus on it. It is important to me, and I really enjoy it. So if you have a suggestion, that would be amazing. You can leave it in the comments below on how you are diligent with your time, how you use it wisely. What do you do to ensure you are getting things done? Now, to be clear, I get things done in my house that I need to get done. That's not a problem, because I'm living in my house, right? And here's what I find in general in the majority of people's lives, right? What we find to be important is what we make sure to do. So my house is important, my kids are important, so therefore I take care of my house and I take care of my kids and my husband, excuse me. My husband, very important. I didn't mean to leave him out. I take care of them, right? I take care of them all. I take care of my house, take care of my animals, or my husband. We both take care of the animals. So I really want this blog and videoing to be just as important to me. Well, let's not be crazy, not just as important. But I want it to be important to me, because if it's important to me, then I will be diligent, right? So how are you diligent? How do you make sure you get those other things done that are not the number one priority, but they're very close to it? How do you do it? This is a new learning experience for me. My goal is to work from home. I obviously would like, if I could have my husband home, that would be amazing, because, you know, while he's not as creative, like he's not a creative thinker outside the box, so I can come up with a plan, and as long as I have directions, my husband is amazing at implementing. So he can really, if he has specific directions, he is awesome at getting it done, right? That's how he is. And I'm more of a wing it kind of person. He's not a wing it person. Not a wing it. No. Like even vacations, he wants to plan those out like months in advance, and I'm like, we still have a whole year. Let's not plan it yet. Like, it's too far out. And he's like, no, we need to get it done now. I'm like, that to me, that's his. So I'm like, we can just wait till like a couple weeks before. I'm not quite that bad, but you know, point is, he's very clear cut, and I'm more rounded edges because I'm not clear cut. So anyhow, if that would be awesome if I could have him, but it's not like that now. So I have to find the ways that I can get things done without him being home, and you know, being able to occupy the kids or those type of things. And I don't mind. I mean, I think it's awesome to a place to pop up in my videos randomly and all those things. I think it's sweet, and it's my life. I mean, that's how my life is, and so I want this to represent who I really am and what my life is really like. I don't want it to I don't want it to look perfect, and I don't want it to look fake. I want it to be real. And that's really my life. Just kids, you know, popping up wherever. And, you know, my daughter in Michigan, she calls me all the time. And my sons, they call, I hear from them too, but my daughter, she calls me nearly every day. And, you know, that's my life. She just likes to ask me random questions. What did she ask me today? Today she asked me, oh, she's got another wisdom tooth coming through. She's 19. I think this is her last one that hasn't come, that's coming through now. And she just called me, told me it's not painful, but that she wanted to know how. Sorry, there's a tractor. She wanted to know what she could do to help it, because it's not painful, but it's like achy, I guess, basically. So I was just expressing, you know, those kind of things she calls me about. It's just random. She asked me something else, but this is my life. It's interesting, and I'm thankful for it. So, well, we're about to be at the dairy, and I can just kind of give you an idea. Like I said, it's called Clover Hill Dairy. It is in Mountain Grove, Missouri. Like I said, it's roughly 25-ish minutes away from my house. Today it took a little longer because I had to get out of my driveway, and that was a challenge. Big challenge. This road's bumpy, right? But let me tell you, it's actually a lot smoother right now than it usually is because it's covered in snow. That's funny. The dairy's actually over there. There's the house of the owners, and behind that's the dairy. I'm here at the dairy. I just got my milk. Here we go. Look at that beautiful, beautiful milk. I bring my own jars. They do have jars, but you got to pay a deposit, and I come enough that so you can see the sign. They're actually milking right now, but you can't see because of all the hay bales they put there to protect their cows from the wind. Very kind people, great milk, and I never don't have milk if I need it. So let's see if I can